Whose motorcycle is this?
It's a chopper, baby.
Whose chopper is this?
Zed's.
Who's Zed?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
And action!
Disgust me. Grow up.
Out of our teens.
Hello, everybody. Happy anniversary as our 20th movie review podcast here on What's the Script. How are you this week, Chris? Are you all right, mate?
Yes, I'm. No bad.
I didn't mean looking. I mean,
what? Oh, I know. I just say that if anybody wants to watch us on the YouTube, there you can get a right good gant at us.
I know. If anybody does watch us on YouTube, we keep saying the YouTube, the Facebook, the Twitter. Sorry, it's just a sign of our age.
We are our age. Where does the coal go?
You're older than your years suggest, but you're an old head. What were we going to say? Yeah, we were going to do the whole white shirt and black tie thing this week because it is Pulp Fiction, but it is actually melting in Scotland, isn't it?
Aye. I mean, I could maybe still get away with battering on a black tie, but it's not happening.
Honestly, as I put on
hot.
Twitter yesterday, the wee gif of the guy for RoboCop. That's what it was like work yesterday.
Oh.
I was secreting fluid out my body for orifices I wasn't aware of. You know what I mean?
See, that just reminds me. See, when we were younger, you used to come out the bath, but you were in that long, you went all that wrinkly way. That's good.
Aye, well, your ma tried to put you in the bath and it was the temperature of lava.
Aye, just that fine red line right across you, came out looking like a fucking drumstick.
Aye, pulling your scrotum out of your head and all that. So, as you've probably guessed, we are from the west coast of Scotland, which is, well, central west Scotland, Glasgow. Scottish movie review. And we're making no apologies for our accent. You just have to get on board with it, you know. We're doing this week Pulp Fiction, as I keep saying. I've said that about 9 times already, mate. First off, before we get into it, how does this film mean to you? Where does it rank without rating it yet?
This, again, with my dad, it's another connection, because I remember for being young watching this. You know what I mean? Probably shouldn't have been watching this, but then again, I was a 5-year-old that used to have Species on repeat. So, as what it is. But, well, I was saying to you last night, I've got the CD, but I remember back then him having the cassette.
Yeah.
Like you say, you know what I mean?
I had the cassette tape of the soundtrack as well, because it'll probably get lost in my review about the music behind this film. All Tarantino films are pretty decent, man. Well, better than decent, to be honest with you. The soundtrack in this is exceptional, isn't it?
Aye, definitely. I mean, that's how. See when Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
Yes,
and people were like that. Oh, the soundtrack's amazing. This is the way it's going to be for films. You a better soundtrack now. You're going. None of you seen the Pulp Fictions there.
No.
But even Reservoir Dogs, I still play songs of Reservoir Dogs, man.
I know. Again, I had that on cassette, and even the interludes between songs, it was the radio station, wasn't it?
Aye.
They were pretty decent as well.
Super songs of the 70s by the behemoth.
Little green bag. Boom, 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 boom.
That's still one of my favourite songs, man.
Excellent. And in fact, Guardians of the Galaxy has one of the Reservoir Dogs songs on Quill's playlist, but can't remember. Just I had it on this morning for the boys. Anyway, so Pulp Fiction, mate, to me as well, it's an iconic film in the 90s. It kind of I got it on hooky VHS, and I never stopped watching it, man, until it was unwatchable kind of thing. But it just opens up, doesn't it? And it gives you an explanation of what pulp fiction means, doesn't it? And it's basically describing a scud book.
Aye. I just mass of bullshit.
I never found a nudie book in the bushes and went, oh, there's some Pulp Fiction, chaps. Shall we away to our den and touch ourselves and think of things?
To the wanking station.
On what?
Set phasers to chug. Imagine that getting shot with a chug gun.
What's that your hand? Aye, must get shot with a chug gun. What's that your head? It's your father's lightsaber. A more civilized weapon for a more civilized age. I think I said civilized too many times there. So it's just a diner scene one, isn't it? Where Pumpkin and Honey Bunny sitting kind of debating why he thinks they shouldn't be robbing liquor stores anymore.
Aye, it's either to the risk to reward ratio into it, and he's just explaining to her. In this film, there's a lot of outdated language now. I always say, you know what I mean?
Excuse me. Aye, on you go.
Said so many things that's inappropriate. Into just talking about like the old Jewish guy's store. You know what I mean?
Aye.
He's been there for nearly 70 years. He's going to shoot you. You know what I mean? He's going to die for this.
Aye. As Chris says there, throughout this film, there's excessive use of the N-word, which we will not be paraphrasing, but there's also kind of derogatory terms to slag other ethnic minorities as well, which we'll try our best not to do, which, again, it doesn't offend me, probably because I'm no one of the groups, but I see the film from 1994. I don't see this film in 2022. And it's Quentin Tarantino, and he's still doing it. Do you know what I mean? So you either love it or you loathe it, and just you need to watch it for what it is, don't you?
Well, I remember when he done Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there's an excessive use of the N-word in that, and he's like, it's a film set when slavery was happening. What did you think they didn't use that fucking word?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I remember Jamie Foxx saying how much of a hard time Leonardo DiCaprio had saying that, and it was Jamie Foxx that had to put him in the mindset of saying, "Look, I'm not your friend. I'm your property. You own me. I'm nothing to you." Do you know what I mean? And again, you're right, mate. It's a time period, and in 1994, the black community weren't shy in calling each other by that kind of reference as well. So we'll not highlight it anymore. Obviously, it wouldn't fly today, and rightly so. But it's just a film of its time, and you need to take these things and learn from them. You can't eradicate them. Do you know what I mean?
But they're just talking about how it's like easier to rob banks and stuff. You'll have a security guard there. Nobody's caring about the money and stuff, and then that's when he kind of gets the idea.
Aye.
Nobody robs restaurants in it.
Exactly. Because the last job that they'd done, Yolanda went round with a bag and took everybody's wallets off them. And she says, look at the restaurant chain. A lot of people have had a wallets.
It's just that pretty smart.
And then she just gets off. Oh. Okay, let's do it right now. Here now. Let's do it. Go. And he just goes, oh, okay. All right. No worries.
He gets up like a gentleman. Be cool, everybody. This is a robbery. And then she just goes fucking woomph.
Any of you fucking pricks move, and I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you. Down.
That's very unprofessional, gargling your throat at this point.
I wasn't gargling.
The old fellatio.
Aye. I don't remember it. There we go. So it's the big intro, obviously. And as I was saying to you, I mean, you probably watched this 100 times. I've probably watched it 100 times. I picked up a couple of wee things. Even in the intro, I did not realise that Danny DeVito was one of the guest producers on this.
No. Like I says, mate, it's Tarantino films, mate. I've watched them that many times because I'd say he's my favourite director because I don't think there's any film he has I can watch and watch again repeatedly. And then it's like there's things now that films are doing. It's like you'll go back and watch it and you'll spot something different. He was doing this way back in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So
I mean, Reservoir Dogs was 91, 92. I was at secondary school. I remember that coming out, and I remember the furor surrounding it. I remember the, you know what I mean, the taboos just being crushed, kind of thing.
Aye.
And then this
the old torture scene
just made bloody sure of it. You know what I mean?
Aye. Well, that was it. I remember watching an interview with Quentin, and he's like that. In the 80s, it was all like Pally, PC, and stuff, much like it is now. And that's not the films I wanted to make. No. So he's like that. I think it was Miramax, wasn't it, that brought Reservoir Dogs out?
Right.
They weren't going to release it because of the whole Mr. Blonde torturing the cop scene. And he's like, well, this is the movie. So put it in.
I've got another 10 studios there willing to just go, no worries.
That's it.
And
so like, Eric kind of set the tone for films after that.
Exactly. I mean, like Quentin, I just don't understand why you would want to make a film and no try and give the most accurate portrayal of what you're trying to put into people's heads. I don't get it. I really don't. But he does it. And yes, we'll laugh and we chortle. And it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So keep doing what you're doing, Mr. T. So after the intro, mate, it's Jules and Vincent in the car, isn't it?
Aye. Vince is just back in the country after coming back from Amsterdam. For what reason, I don't think we're actually told, are we?
Well, no, but I just surmised that he's been kind of put out there to cool off.
Aye.
Because he's been getting police or something, I don't know.
And as well, he's I don't know if it's now common knowledge now, but he is Mr. Blonde's brother in this Tarantino universe.
What?
Aye.
Really?
Aye. There was actually going to be a film with Vince and Mr. Blonde in it, set before Pulp Fiction, but they just scrapped the idea. I think it was because
Michael Madsen, isn't it?
Aye, John Travolta and Madsen were too old to reprise younger selves.
Oh,
so
there we go. See, I learn every day, man. Well done. That's the Trivia King right there. Hitting you with that, folks. Did you know about that? I didn't. But obviously, a lot of film Twitter all about, yeah, I socially knew about that, you know, yeah. Got the uncut version there. Yeah, I've got video recordings of them in the toilet and shit, you know.
See, I actually think as well, I can't remember right, but I think Michael Madsen was supposed to be in John Travolta's place.
Right.
But he turned it down to do Species, I think it was.
Okay.
So that's how you end up with John Travolta. Or it's Samuel Jackson, but I think he always had Samuel Jackson in mind.
Aye. We spoke briefly last night via the means of WhatsApp, didn't we, after we watched it and noted it and stuff, and I just, because we're watching it a wee bit more in depthly, easy for me to say, just kind of, you really soak in how amazing Samuel L. Jackson is in this film, isn't he?
Aye. Well, as I said to you last night, that's definitely his best work.
Aye. It's flawless and natural, and dialogue's just tremendous, man.
I mean, he's brilliant in all the Tarantino films he's in. Because like we were talking about with Django, he came out and defended Quentin. And he says, well, Quentin can be racist because in every one of his films, he makes me the smartest character.
Yes, exactly. even old Steve, you old bastard. Stephen, sorry.
Aye.
I'm doing my best not to say Stephen stuff here, man. So that's it. He's just back from Amsterdam, and he's sitting telling Jules about all the little differences, and he's because they've got the metric system. He says, "Do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese over there?" No, quarter pounder with cheese. Nah, fuck, they got the metric system. Royale with cheese. Jules loves that, doesn't he, man?
Royale with cheese. Aye. And then he goes, instead of ketchup, they use mayonnaise, which I can tell you as fact. I've been in Amsterdam and it's just, you get it with fucking everything.
Aye, the Dutch are mental for it.
Aye.
I used to work in Glasgow Airport. One of my jobs was clearing the KLM for Holland every night, and everything that was just left over was drowned in mayonnaise, man. And the big old egg things as well. I love their eggs.
Aye.
But that's quite good. He says, what did they call a Whopper? I don't know. I didn't go to Burger King.
Like it's a look down on it sort of thing.
Aye, so on this while they're on their way to, we know his name, we didn't know his name at the time, but it's Brad's house, isn't it?
I think it's actually Brett.
Brett, aye.
Aye, but aye.
Let's get trouble with names, haven't we?
Aye.
Bernard.
Aye, Bernard. Aye, but they're talking about going up to this job, aren't they? And Jules is like, we should have shotguns for this job.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking what sort of blah blah. So there could be 5 guys up here. Yep.
Aye.
We should have fucking shotguns.
And you see, even before they get in the front door, there's a lot of single shot, which shows you that Travolta and Jackson's dialogue and line retention and all that's amazing, man. Character as well, because it takes them all the way up the stairs. They go to the door, and then they don't go in right first. They go to the end of the corridor, just have another wee conflab because they're discussing Antoine and what happened to Antoine.
Mia Wallace, who is their boss, Marcellus Wallace.
Marcellus.
Aye, Marcellus. And that's what I was going to ask you, that if this is like a thing. So it turns out that Antoine gave Mia a foot rub.
Allegedly.
So the rumour was that he was thrown out a 10-story window because he gave Mia a foot rub. Which leads straight to debating is you don't touch another man's wife's feet. It's just a fucking foot rub.
Aye. Travolta's good in this, isn't he? Because he's winning. He's getting Samuel Jackson into his thinking. Do you give foot rubs? Don't talk to me about foot rubs. I'm a foot rub fucking master. I got my technique down on everybody. I don't be tickling or nothing.
But it's just,
what's he say?
would you give a man a foot massage?
Fuck you. That's him. Hook, line, and sinker.
But that's what I think is good about Tarantino's movies. He gives you scenes and it's just like 2 normal people talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, see how when you look at other films and it's like, oh, it's dramatic. This is, oh, dun dun dun. You know what I mean? Right. It's just like 2 people having a normal conversation. Like me or you.
I mean, because this is all, they're talking about Antoine being thrown out the 4-story window for touching Mia's feet because Marcellus has asked Vince to take Mia out and take her for dinner and stuff because he's busy, you know what I mean? So that's how it all starts, which is quite funny. So he gets them anyway and they go to the door and they get let in, don't they?
Yeah, wee Marvin lets them in. And it's just, see, this is award stuff.
Aye.
In itself for Samuel Jackson. It's just, there's intimidating and then there's friendly intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was like, these guys don't know if they're safe or if they're in trouble. You know what I mean? Because the guy that's lying on the couch, he goes, no, relax.
Sure. And he does that. He goes like that, doesn't he? What's my horn? As if to usher his foot back onto the couch. Or his foot back onto the sofa, as they say in America.
And he's disturbed them while they're having their big kahuna burger. It's like everything, he's just again, it just looks like real life. You know what I mean? Nothing looks like, oh, this is like a film. Like, no, it's not like it's staged. It's not like a scene.
Oh.
Everything just looks like it would be in flow.
It psychs them out right away because it starts, as you say, playing the friend, chatting. Oh, I didn't realise you were having breakfast. Sorry for disturbing you. What you guys having and all that? Hamburgers. Hamburgers! Cornerstone of nutrition for any good breakfast.
He's a big kahuna burger. Do you mind if I have a taste? And see, just that, it's just like subtle as well, because he's asserting his dominance here, this guy.
Oh, because he never breaks eye contact either.
I'm going to eat your food. Know what I mean? That was that. And then he goes, do you mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Go right on ahead. And then finishes it. I've just finished your ginger.
I mean, but it's like anything else. It's like this guy sitting there like, oh, I'm not going to be terrified. And this guy's just asserting his dominance to just eating your burger and then drinking your juice.
Now, all the while, Vincent's in the kitchen looking for the item that they came for. And he finds it underneath the sink. And it's a briefcase, isn't it, mate?
Mm-hmm.
And the combination 666.
Aye. And he opens this up, but it's just, oh.
Yo, Vincent, do we got it? Do we have it? Yeah. We have it. So it's the big myth and movie legends that what is in the briefcase, because whatever it is, it's glowing, gold. There was an interview with Tarantino who said it's whatever you want it to be. You look in the case and it's your utmost desire. And then you told me last night, and I looked it up, and you're quite true, that there's a strong indication that it is Marcellus's soul.
Yep. That he sold to the devil to gain prominence in the underworld. Which
kind of goes in hand with the fact that Marcellus has got a plaster or a band-aid on the back of his neck, because when the devil takes your soul, he takes it from the back of your neck, apparently.
Aye.
So you kind of blew my mind with that last night, mate, and I like that. I like that a lot.
Aye. But see when he's talking to Brett as well. He's like, do you know what they call burgers in France? And he goes, because of the metric system. And he goes, check out the big brains on Brett.
Smart motherfucker. That's right, the metric system. So it's then the mood kind of changes, doesn't it? Because wee Brett just starts rambling. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. I know you're Vincent, and we didn't want to do anything. And all the while, Samuel's just going, pulls his gun out, shoots the guy in the couch.
Oh, I'm sorry, did that break your concentration?
Because I remember watching that at the time. Just not seen that coming. You know, did the guy in the couch?
Oh, mate, it just goes to everything's cool and fine, blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing, it just goes 10 on the scale, you know what I mean?
Aye, first thing he says to Brett is, tell me something, Brett, what does Marcellus Wallace look like? What kind of language is that?
He goes, what? English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
Oh, mate, it's fucking what I seen, man. And he goes, what does Marcellus Wallace look like? He's black.
Yeah. What else? He's big. Does he look like a bitch? What? Bang right to shoot up.
Oh, mate, it's fucking. It's funny, but it's also like.
Aye, you're on your edge, man.
Sake, you know what I mean? It's just fucking. And then he's just got that. It just starts rhyming off that Bible verse, doesn't he?
Just before it, does he look like a bitch? No. Why are you trying to fuck him like a bitch, Brett? Marcellus Wallace don't like being fucked, apart from Mrs. Wallace. And then, as you say, and this is one of the things I noticed, do you read the Bible, Brett? And you see Vince in the background just going, all right, okay, here we go. And he puts his cigarette out. I didn't notice that ever before. So obviously this is a tried and tested method. We find out at the end of the film it is. But Vince is obviously well in tune with it. Here we go. The speech is coming.
Aye. He just recites after his Bible verse in it. Just, I'll rain down on thee with furious anger.
Aye.
Just,
I used to have the T-shirt with on it, but I could not remember it. And I wasn't for writing it down at 11:30 at night last night. So it's just the end bit. I will rain down with thee with great. I can't remember. And the two of them just unload on Brett. Finn's for the back and him for the front.
aye.
That's the end of wee Brett. But Marvin's all right.
Wee Marvin, he's cowering in the corner, isn't he? But,
Aye.
it just cuts to a different scene into it, and you're looking at Bruce Willis, who is Butch
Mm-hmm.
in this movie as his character anyway. And you can just hear Ving Rhames' voice,
Aye.
who is Marseilles, as just reciting him that. No, that's just pride fucking with you. Know what I mean?
Bruce Willis is one of my favourite actors, right?
Mhm.
And in this film, more than anything, I like him in a lot of things, obviously, but everything he doesn't say works in this film. He's got this look about him. He's just staring through people all the time, man. As you say, Ving Rhames is just chiming away. You get the gist of the fact that Butch is taking a bribe to take a dive as a boxer. And as you say as well, Ving just says, you'll feel a sting. It's pride fucking with you. Fuck pride.
Aye, and he's just because again, does it eventually pan behind Ving Rhames in that scene?
Aye, that's where you see the band-aid.
The band-aid for the first time. Aye. And it's just this envelope of money goes, you understand? Aye, I understand.
I would appreciate.
Meanwhile,
Do you want to, are you my man? I'm not
Aye.
going to say the other word. You my man. Certainly appears so. In the fifth, your ass goes down. Say it.
Then you'll get Vince and Jules in it. They walk into the bar. And you,
How to get introduced into it. That wee guy opens the door. Vince Vega, my man in Amsterdam. Get on in here. Jules, my main man in Inglewood. Get your ass inside here. Yo, man, what's up with them clothes?
oh no, mate.
It's like a game show host. And on tonight's episode, Vince Vega, the man in Amsterdam.
Oh, mate. Just, bro. And it's like, he then comments in it. He's like, what are you two wearing?
Yeah, man, what's up with them clothes? And you dig, you're like, what's happened? Because the two of them get shorts and t-shirt and flip-flops on. So Marcellus has finished the conversation with Butch, who's agreed to take the bribe, goes up to the bar just to get some cigarettes before he goes. And Vince is just pure staring at him.
Aye. Just pure eyeballing him. Just
Butch is, help you with something, friend?
no.
No, Pluco. What did you say? You heard me fine, Punchy. And then that's when Marcellus goes, yo, Vince Vega, get your ass down here. And he goes away, and it's again, the Bruce Willis look is just, I can't believe you've just spoken to me like that. And follows him, tracks him all the way down. Brilliant, man.
Aye, brilliant, man. It's like, that's how I kind of I drew comparisons for this to Bullet Train.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, every character has like a story, but it's no pure like fleshed out. You don't know yet. You just know that they've got a good like past behind them. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Remember that time this came out, there was a lot of people, probably because they weren't used to it, kind of poo-pooed the scenes not in order scenario, which I just didn't get. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was genius the way it was done because it kept you guessing about scenes. You wondered why that scene was there and, oh, what's going on here? And then at the end, as you say, mate, just much like Bullet Train, everything just marries together and you know the full story. I thought it was just epic, man.
That's it. It's like a lot of people like Guy Ritchie films,
Mhm.
and I can just see how this film influences every Guy Ritchie movie.
Aye.
Because this is always the same. See, Lock, Stock and stuff like that. This is happening. They're all happening at the same time, but you're seeing stuff at different times, and then it all just comes together in the end.
Exactly. 28 years old, this is. Wow. Oh, right. So next up, Vince on the way to Lance's, who's his dealer. Just going to make a wee quick pit stop in there before he goes and picks up Mia to take her out for dinner. And he gets to Lance's house, and it's an absolute shithole.
Aye, it's a complete dive.
Aye.
It's introduced with two women talking about piercings in it.
Aye. Wee Bernie for the Commitments.
Aye, so it is.
Got hundreds of cameos and has never done a bigger role than she's done in the Commitments. She's even in Phantom Menace for about 2 minutes, you know what I mean, before she gets blown up. But they're sitting talking about piercings and stuff, then the door goes, Lance gets up, and it's Eric Stoltz, who is a weird actor for me. It was in a movie, sorry, I should say, just before this or just after this, where he plays, it's a butterfly effect, isn't it? And he's the kind of paedophile with the camera.
Aye,
in the
that's
basement.
what it is.
It's always gave me the heebie-jeebies because I was young when I watched it. But anyway, I digress. Eric Stoltz is in his robe. He's like a skinny, big Lebowski. And Vince goes in and he wants some heroin, doesn't he?
Aye, some of that brown sugar.
So he's getting the lowdown off Lance. He's got 3 to choose for. 2 of them are pretty much the same, they're 300 a gram. But this one, 500 a gram, it's a fucking madman. This is Choco. And then he just says to him, he says, look, I'm just back to Amsterdam, don't hit me with your patter, kind of stuff.
Aye, I've kissed the sun.
I've kissed the sun. What? No, this is a fucking madman. He says, and you will know the difference when you shoot it up. He says, okay, give me 3 grams of the madman, and if it's as good as you say, I'll be back for another couple.
Aye. See that actor as well, by the way. I remember seeing him in a film years ago called Killing Zoe, I think it was called.
Killing Zoe, aye.
I think Tarantino wrote that as well.
Really?
I think so.
I know I've seen Killing Zoe, but I just could not tell you anything about it. Do you know that way?
Aye.
So that's how much of an impression that made on me. Watch it again. So Vince shoots up, and then the next time I see him, he's on the car on the way to Mia's. And the feature through this film as well is the green screen is deliberately awful when people are driving. Tarantino said he's just done it because.
Aye. There's a lot of his movies. It's like, see the stuff that he loved, like watching films back in the 50s and stuff. And it was you know what I mean, sitting in a motorcade on your driving. You know what I mean? And the streets just whizzing by. You know what I mean?
Because Vince is in a convertible, and there's not one flicker of wind in his hair or nothing, and obviously he's high and his eyes are half shut. He's driving, you know what I mean, going to see Mia, going to pick up the boss's daughter, loaded, man.
But he eventually gets to the house, doesn't he? Lets himself in. It's just, and then he hears Mia's voice on the intercom in it, and it's just, see that gif? The gif that's out there now is just...
the most famous gif ever invented. Before Leonardo DiCaprio's, I must say, came out. And it's just obviously Travolta, he's that stoned and he can hear her voice and doesn't know where she is. It's brilliant, man.
Aye, she's upstairs and all, and she's doing coke and stuff. It's like, just fix yourself a drink and get comfortable. And he's like,
I'll be down 2 shakes for lamb's tail. So he goes and fixes himself a drink, smells the whiskey for some bloody reason, and just waits on Mia coming in.
and the next thing, They're away to Jack Rabbit Slim's restaurant, which, by the way, looks an absolute brilliant night out.
Does, doesn't it? Does. And it was invented. It wasn't a thing, but now is a thing on the back of the film. And there's more than one across America. I think there's some in Europe as well, dotted about the place. But that would be my ideal night out. Can I go into a place like that?
100%, man.
You need to dress up for it and all, wouldn't you?
Aye, but who doesn't like to dress up?
I know. Aye, definitely you. Your TK421 helmet behind you. TK421. When should you post? So they're in Jack Rabbit Slim's. Just they requested a car, so their booth's a car, which Mia finds no bother. As again, it's a single pan shot, which is great about this, and it follows Vince, who's still stoned out his nut, walking about the place, just taking it all in and seeing like famous actresses and stuff for the 50s and 60s.
Aye, it was just like that. How much of this is me stoned? Have I stepped into a different, you know what I mean? Have I stepped into a different dimension here? What's going on?
Aye. So, and it does, the cameras works brilliant because it does the full 360. Phone me, I says, Vince. And he goes and sits down and stuff. And their waiters, Steve Buscemi.
Aye, as Buddy Holly, as I was going to say, did you know that was Steve Buscemi?
I am Buddy, I'm your waiter. You just can't disguise his voice.
No. I remember years ago, like, Steve Buscemi, like, no, it's no. That's too wee apart for him, and I'm like, fucking telling you it is.
Aye, that's just, again, Tarantino, job for the boys, innit? Just don't worry.
That's it.
You'll be in everything.
Oh. See, to like, show how that happens, see in Inglourious Bastards, see when Brad Pitt, like, near the end of the film, is on the phone to his commander.
Uh-huh.
It's actually Harvey Keitel that's on the other end of the phone.
All right.
And he's not even in the film at all. Just his voice. Next time you watch it, just listen, and you can hear the wolf on the other side of the phone.
I will do, mate. So they're in there. They have their order, and Mia orders a $5 shake, which is fucking the norm now. You know what I mean? But Vince can't handle that.
He's absolutely affronted, isn't he? That's ice cream and milk.
$5. Milk and ice cream. Must be a pretty good fucking shake. And he starts rolling. And you can tell he's been to Amsterdam because it's drum tobacco he's got. The stuff you can get in these stuff you can get in the forge.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Aye, good shite. He's rolling his a wee cigarette, and she says, "Can you roll me one of them, cowboy?" And he's like, "There you go, cowgirl." They're just having some back and forth patter. They're waiting on their food. And long story short, they have a wee bit of silence, don't they?
Aye, and she's, just hate that uncomfortable silences. And then she makes it more uncomfortable, but she goes, that's when you found somebody perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like that. What the fuck are you? What are you doing? Know what I mean? And I think he kind of clocks onto that like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You're fucking dangerous, you.
Aye. Just before that, they get their drinks and he asks to taste some of her milkshake. $5 shake. And he takes a sip and then another sip, doesn't he?
He's astounded by his findings.
What do you think? It's a pretty good fucking milkshake.
You see, before that as well, does he know asking about a pilot show?
It does.
To be enough. And see, watching that last night, I was kind of wondering if that was like the inspiration behind Kill Bill.
Because of the knife thing?
Aye. And it's just the whole, there's like 5 of them, they're like an elite squad sort of thing, you know what I mean? It was just like that.
Aye, I thought that myself, and they're all kind of femme fatales.
Aye.
That's right. So she's done a pilot, Fox Force 5. Her speciality was knives and telling a joke at the end of the thing. May asked about the joke. She's like, no, it's too embarrassing. It's rubbish. She'll never like it. But they talk about uncomfortable silence. She says, I'll tell you what, why don't you think of something to say and I'll go and powder my nose.
Literally.
So every female is in the toilet snorting coke. she does this, doesn't she, when she snorts it? It must be good shit. She goes like this. God damn. Take a damn.
I say, goddamn.
Touches everything but her face.
So it's what we say. Oh, that'll fucking put hairs in your chest.
Goes back and sits down and oh, don't you just love it coming back for the bathroom and your food's there waiting for you? And he says, well, look, I think we're very lucky we got anything at all. I don't think Buddy Holly's much of a waiter.
It's just, then Vince mentions the whole Antoine incident, didn't he?
Aye, have you thought of something to say? And he's kind of embarrassed. He goes, yeah, I did. But you seem like a nice person and I don't want to embarrass you. And she's like, well, wow, you really get something to say. Chit chat.
But in the end, look, she just makes it like it's ridiculous, isn't it? And she's like, so you think Antoine was flung out a window for giving me a foot massage?
Aye.
She's like that. He said, all like wee sweetie wives when you all get together.
Aye, you're like a little sewing circle. I like it when she says this as well. She says, the only thing Anton ever touched on mine was my hand when he shook it at my wedding. You know what I mean? Whatever was said between Marcellus and Tony, only they two know about. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, so she kind of put it to bed that that's just bullshit rumors. But it's like our actions through this, like after it and stuff, you're like that. I don't know. You might have done the very same thing to Antoine there, and that's how he ended up out a window.
She makes him feel stupid for believing it.
Aye, that's it.
Kind of plausible. Well, at the time.
And then the next thing, it's the competition, isn't it?
Aye. Ed Sullivan announces the Jack Rabbit Slim Twist Contest. And she's like, right, Mon, dancing. Oh, no. Aye, look, I do believe that your boss, my husband, Marcellus, told you to bring me out and show me a good time. I want to dance. I want that trophy. Dance good. Okay.
And just these mad dances in it. Which again, that also came iconic, didn't it?
Aye.
And then the song, I still play that song, the Chuck Berry song.
Definitely, mate. I mean, how many couples have been out at Halloween? How many couples will go out this Halloween dressed as Vince and me, I know what I mean? And again, that dance scene was ad-libbed.
Aye.
So it was, obviously, we know Travolta as a dancer, he was brought up with his mum and dad dancing and stuff like that. And it's just minimal effort with maximum effect. Really is.
Aye, apparently he went through about 20 pairs of socks.
No wonder, because the ones he was wearing, the toes are coming out them.
Aye.
All frayed and shit. And he's buying $1,500 worth of what is it? Heroin. And he can't get a good pair of socks at a Primark, you know.
2 for £1.
But she's gone to town, man. She's all hair and doing that, and he's doing everything. Do you know what I mean? Just everything's kind of, again, minimum effort, maximum effect. Absolutely brilliant. She's all shaky and stuff. So kind of cuts to them arriving back to Mia's house. They've won the trophy. They get into the door, do a wee tango, and then he puts her over and they have an uncomfortable moment, don't they?
That's another uncomfortable silence. But Vince is like, I am going to the toilet. I think he kind of catches himself as he's about to fucking cross the line.
Aye. She's like, drinks, music. I'm going to take a piss. A little bit more information than I need to know about Vince, but on you go. So she puts on Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon, one of my favourite songs because of this film as well. Has his jacket on, finds his wee roll-ups, makes one, plays about with a lighter, and then finds his baggie full of heroin, which she thinks is coke.
Yep.
And that's the first time you see her kind of breaking Mia character in it.
It's the whole time he's in the toilet. It's not rude. It's not rude. You just have one drink and you leave. I mean, this is a test of loyalty.
I think every guy's had that mirror conversation with herself, maybe in different context, but we all do it, especially when you're drinking, man. And he's like, Okay, you're just gonna have one drink. You're gonna go home. You're gonna jerk off, and that's all you're gonna do. All the while, she's cutting up a line of what she thinks is coke, and gets right into it with a big beak.
I just soon regrets it, isn't it? Just
Again, that's
blood.
another one of the touching face moments. Oh, fuck, but you know what I mean?
Aye.
That's it. OD mode.
Aye. Eyeballs rolling to the back of the head with a bloody nostril. And it's just
It's been there a while, man.
I know.
Just kind of slumps back, sitting up, and when he finds her, she's on the floor with stuff coming out her mouth like the droid or alien. Know what I mean?
Some of that with washery porridge.
Oh, it's disgusting. So it is.
You just hear him panicking in it. He's like, "Oh fuck, god damn, right, we need to go."
Oh shit! Fuck you, Mia! Don't you fucking die on me!
See, this whole bit, mate, it is fucking comedy gold. By the way, it's just he starts phoning his drug dealer, and he's sitting with a bowl of cereal, just watching absolute shite, going, "I'm no answering that." Just he's fucking funny, and it cuts back to Travolta. He's full panic mode. Answer the fucking phone, Lance.
So he eventually answers, didn't he? And he's like, "I'm on my way to yours." And he's like, "Don't you bring some fucked up junkie bitch to my house? It's your problem." And he's like, "No, I'm on my way." And then he goes like, "Did he? Wait a minute. Is this a cellular phone? I don't know you. Prank call."
And then the next thing, fucking just the camera just follows him when he opens. He's like, he's blind on his door, and you just his motor just cuts across the garden. Boom! Fuck you! And he's like, "What the fuck's the matter with you?" And he's dragging like Mia out the motor like a dead body.
I know. And then fucking drops her.
Like, "You don't bring her into my house."
Aye.
Oh mate.
You know who Marcellus Wallace is? Yeah, of course I know. Now, I will be forced to tell him that you did not help me.
And then see if you look at the motor, it's crashed into like a column outside the house.
I know.
Oh,
Full
mate.
Wobbits, man. Aye, fucking mental. So they get her in. It's all turmoil. It's all Trudy, Lance's wife's been a fucking bitch, man.
She's like, "Who's she?" Oh, it's like she's ODing. Get her the fuck out of here.
And then in this hovel of a house where it looks like it's a storage unit, man, he's looking for a little black medical book.
Oh,
That's
mate, see
something
that bit?
to get it.
Oh, little black medical book. A what? A little black fucking medical book.
Well, you're not going to find it in there as a shithole.
See that
My
bit? He's
fucking
talking,
way.
he's talking to John Travolta and all. He's like, "I've never had to get a shot before. You've never had to get a shot before. Ronnie's died before." He's like, "Go get the fucking shot."
Because okay, you're gonna have to bring it. Gonna have to bring it down in a stabbing mode. Well, I got to stab her 3 times. No, yeah, I got to stab her 3 times.
Oh mate, it's like fucking everybody's pure panicking. Oh mate, it's fucking what a scene.
And they start shouting at Trudy, "I'm gonna need a magic marker." "A what? Magic marker? Fucking build pen." So he grabs the syringe off of Lance, snatches the pen off of Trudy, and draws a wee dot on Mia's chest.
Oh,
And-
mate, see the size of the fucking needle. It's like a forearm. Oh,
Suspense in it as well, because he just draws back, man, and the countdown, and you get a close up at everybody's face, sweat beading off it. Trudy's like, loving it. 3, 2, 1, and the minute it hits her chest, she's right out, isn't she?
he fucking screams and rolls about like she's possessed, and they all fucking freak.
She pure recoils back onto the couch, and she's just looking at this syringe sticking at her tit. Say something. Something.
I know, that was me, Trudy. That was fucking trippy.
She's delighted, man.
Oh, fucking hell,
So,
man.
before that, the next thing, it's just him and Mia obviously get back to Mia's house. Dead silence, man. Two of them just look fucked.
Aye, the night went so well when I did it. And it just went to complete shit. And it was just like, we should keep this a secret. And then she tells him that shit joke that she had for the show, wasn't it?
Aye, exactly, man. So, what is it again about the 3 tomatoes?
3 tomatoes and the baby tomato. No, potato, potato.
No, tomato.
I thought it was. Oh, so it is.
I think the punchline, mate. Totally salad doesn't have the same ring yet, you know what I mean?
But who doesn't take ketchup with their chips?
Okay. You're not getting out of that. So mum, dad, mommy tomato, daddy tomato, and little baby tomato are walking down the street. Little baby tomato's kind of falling back. Daddy tomato's getting all angry and goes back, squishes him and says, ketchup.
And he just goes, haha.
So she goes away, they part ways, they just turns around and blows her a kiss. And that's that. And then the next scene is a little boy, sometime in the 70s or 60s, the 70s, I think, watching the telly. Christopher Walken, man.
Mate, this is amazing. Genuinely amazing.
So it's young Butch, isn't it? It's young Butch watching the television. And we very quickly learn that somebody's came to the house to speak to him because his daddy was killed in Nam. So it's the guy that spent 7 years with him in a POW camp. It's Christopher Walken, whose name I can't remember. Hello, little man. I can't do Christopher Walken, man. I'll need to practice that shit. He just wants to sit down and tell him the story about his gold watch, didn't he, man?
Oh yeah, he's just your great grandfather. He had this for the first war. It's just this watch. It goes for his great granda to his granda, who all had it through wars. His granda was going to die, so he gave the watch to this Japanese guy. Gave it to his dad. Then his dad took it in him, and he's like, he wasn't going to surrender this watch, not to anybody.
Be damned! Birthright.
It was your birthright.
So you think there's no reason not to think that his dad was shot, killed? Do you know what I mean? But no, he hid it up his ass for 5 years, and then dies of dysentery. Oh, so the witch killed his dad. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Your dad had this watch up his ass. then I had it up my ass for 3 years.
2 uncomfortable years. This watch. He keeps doing that with the watch. I now pass to you. And then it's ding ding, and present day Butch wakes up just before his fight.
But I guess he just like that, Christopher Walken. He's no integral to the story. It's just this. He give you this backstory to a stupid wee object for the next part of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Just brilliant, man.
It lays the importance of the gold watch, which we'll come to realise in just a moment. So Butch wakes up in his dressing room pre-fight. This is the fight that he's agreed that he's going to take a dive for Marcellus for. And then it just fades to black as he walks out into the ring, leaves his dressing room even. And then the next thing you know, he's jumping out the back of the auditorium into the bin.
Aye, it turns out that
you hear the commentary, can't you?
Aye, the other boxer's dead, and Butch has went back on his promise to Marcellus that he was going to take a dive.
So the money that Marcellus has gave him, he's placed with 8 different bookies on himself, and he's done the guy in, and you can hear the commentators talking that the other guy's actually died, so he killed the guy, man.
Aye, and he's in this taxi talking to
Esmeralda Villalobos.
She's like, I want to know what it's like to kill a man.
It reminds me of On a Top for GoldenEye. So she does. What you tell me what it is like to kill a man? That's brilliant, man. Okay, make a deal with you. give me one of those red apples, I'll tell you all about it. That's a fag. He's dripping wet, sweat and all that. And he just says to her, like, I'm going to tell you, I've just found out half of you. I don't feel the least bit sorry about it. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So she gets him to where he's going, which is a motel. Thanks her and gives her a wee bung to keep her mouth shut, kind of stuff. We've had a wee quick pan to the dressing room where Marcellus is looking for him. And Vince sees Mia, just says, "How you doing?" "Yeah, I'm good. How are you?" Just,
I forgot to thank you for dinner. Let's not mention that OD scenario.
And Marcellus's wee right-hand man says, how do you want to handle this? And he says, "I'm prepared to scour the earth for that motherfucker." Butch goes to Indochina. "I want a guy in a bowl of rice ready to pop a cap in his ass."
Oh man, see for Ving Rhames and all, but Ving Rhames doesn't get enough, like, a lot of screen time with it, and he just does. You can believe that he is this big fucking kingpin. Know what I mean?
He plays a top part, man. He really does. You're right. Actually, is like Kingpin. Really is. Because everybody knows who he is, and obviously runs the city, man. And they're all fear to him. You know what I mean? So, Butch is back at the motel where he meets his girlfriend, which is Fabienne, the wee French girl. A bit of back and forth about fucking pot bellies and shit. And
it's showing you one side of Butch in it, how it's all lovey-dovey and he can be this nice, caring person, blah blah blah.
What a temper, but then she was like, "Will you give me oral pleasure?" He says, "Will you kiss it?"
Yes, mate.
You first.
It's fucking, oh, what one? Oh, but it's like
he's in the shower.
Oh, mate,
No, retard. Don't call me retard. My name is Fabian. Fabian. Shut up.
Oh, fuck, man. Aye. But then they're talking about how they're going to run away together, isn't it? What country they're going to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And he passes out on the bed.
She's out in the bed to her brushing her teeth and then wakes up to the sound of her brushing her teeth and the sound of the television as well, which is a kind of war thing on its own. And again, this is something that I kind of didn't really notice before. When he's looking at the war scenario on the television, her reflections in it, and he can see her kind of getting shot, and it freaks him the fuck out. Man doesn't like it. Turn his shit off. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then he goes to get himself ready, doesn't he? And then it's just, this is where you see the twist.
Yes.
In his personalities, because he can't find this ass watch.
Shitty wee watch.
And he just fucking totally flips, did it? He's not as lovey-dovey guy anymore. It's to this fighter in the ring, practically, isn't it?
Aye. And then he talks himself down. It's not your fault. I should have got the watch. I didn't highlight the importance. I'll need to go back and get it. And she's like, "Oh no, he's got to go back to the house." Well, no doubt the bad guys will be waiting for him. But gives her money, says go and get her breakfast. He's all calm and stuff. And then the next thing he's in her wee shitty Skoda or whatever it is, wee shitty motor. And, "Fucking stupid fucking bitch. I specifically told her, little gold watch and a little kangaroo. Fucking bitch."
Aye, it's like, what you call it? It's like Die Hard, isn't it?
Aye.
It's just that pure, come up to the coast, have a few laughs.
"Oh shit, lady, think I want to order a pizza?"
But he gets to near his apartment, doesn't he? But he parks a distance away in case anybody should be watching and waiting for him.
He takes a scenic route into it through the back way and jumps fences and the like. And then he's just about to put his key full into the door. And you wonder what's going through his head. Is there somebody on the other side of this with a shotgun, or is it going to explode? And he just goes, "Fuck it," and opens the door and gets in. And he's like, "Oof." Starts walking about. Nothing's out of place, isn't it? No. Then he gets fucking a wee bit ballsy and puts some Pop-Tarts on.
Aye. Finds his watch and goes, "Oh, I'm going to have a wee bit of breakfast." Puts the Pop-Tarts in, and then that's, we can't see it because whatever he's looking at is like behind the camera. So you don't know if it's like somebody stood in there or whatever. Then the next time the camera pans out, and there's this big Uzi with a silencer on it, isn't it? It's
The fucking silencer's bigger than the Uzi, man.
and he's like, some dirty bastards in here to shoot me.
Aye, he just turns right round and looks at the bathroom, doesn't he? And then he can hear the flush going.
Aye. So the next thing, he picks up the gun and he's waiting for whoever comes out of this toilet. And it's our Vince.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and you see him when he just opens the door, he's like, oh, you know what I mean?
Don't say anything. They don't make any moves. And then the Pop-Tarts come out the toaster.
Aye. And it's kind of, it's like reverting back to that scene when they're at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny's just staring at him, and he's like, all right.
I know, fucked you. Aye. Blows him away, then looks at him in the bathroom, all shot to pieces with his wee book, right through the shower screen. And then he decides to go, puts a gun down, wipes it off, and then he's quite chuffed with himself, isn't he? And his wee car, he's singing, "Walking flowers on the wall, they don't bother me at all." Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. He just pulls up to a red light, mate.
That's it. He still sitting at a red light, just like you says, and he's in wee world, tapping on the dashboard and all this, tapping on the wheel. And then the next thing, we've got our man there. big names. And it's Marcellus that sees him first, isn't it? Because he stops in the road like, did I just fucking...
He looks and he does another 3 or 4 steps, then he stops.
And he just turns and he faces him and he goes, no fucking way.
What the fuck?
And then that's when I kind of, because even I watched this years ago, right? I was like, why is he walking about there? Know what I mean? And it wasn't until I looked at this again and he had 2 cups on top of the donuts, which means he was in the house with Vince.
Aye.
I was like, just
good at
how lucky was that? Know what I mean?
We'll be trying to wait for this cunt to come back,
Aye.
which is brilliant. So Bruce Willis just puts a foot down, runs him over, and then because he's ran a red light, another car comes out of nowhere and takes him out, and there's a black spot because the 2 of them have been knocked out, isn't there?
Aye. The first time you hear a woman talking to Marcellus, aye, I'm a witness. That guy was drunk off his ass. Just he's like, who?
Him.
And it cuts to Butch. He's got his nose burst open and all that. He's got ice, and there's 2 people helping him. It cuts back to Marcellus, and he's like, motherfucker! And whips out this big fucking gun in it. He's just bang.
But unfortunately, his legs aren't working.
Aye.
So other places like what do you call it? Is it Wurzel Gummidge, man? Shoots and hits one of the innocent bystanders, and Butch tries to run away. He's got a goose leg as well, man, and the chase ensues.
Mate, it's just, see that, I know, it's funny, but you can tell it's like kind of serious at all, because the 2 of them are concussed and can't run, you know what I mean? Because he's trying to shoot him and he's falling there and shooting. You know what I mean?
Butch ducks into the kind of Army Navy store, doesn't he?
It's like a kind of pawn shop in it, and it's just
waits on fucking Marcellus coming in, starts punching hell at him. Feel that sting, big boy? That's pride fucking with you.
And he's like, he's about to shoot him, isn't he? So it's always about to get their head blown off, and then you hear this shotgun.
Aye.
And it's the guy behind the desk going, no, you'll all be fighting in my shop, mate.
Nobody kills nobody in my store, man. And then he says, come over to the counter, and knocks Butch out. And then he goes and phones Zed, and Marcellus is just losing consciousness, isn't he? And then the next time they wake up,
the 2 of them are tied up, gagged.
Oh, I've got they ball things in their mouth with the heat straps, man. They just give me claustrophobia every time I look at them, man. Because the 2 of them have got burst noses. Like, how are they breathing?
Aye, it's just it's not a good look.
Oh.
But that's the guy that knocked Butch out. He's sitting there like, well, we're just waiting on Zed coming, and then we'll get down to it. And you're like, oh, they're in for it.
And I just noticed, I know, what was hanging up behind him on the wall. I never noticed that before. But Zed comes down, asks what happened. He tells him, says he was going to shoot him, chasing one another, blah, blah. And he goes, bring out the gimp.
but the gimp's sleeping. We'll wake him up. And it's just this sort of still camera. You're looking at Butch and you're looking at Mercedes, and they're two like that. Oh, fuck. And you just hear him messing about in this room with a box, isn't it?
You can see him, the kind of blurred vision of him getting into another room and opening a box. You're like, what is this gimp thing? And he pulls it, obviously, what we all know is the gimp now. And it's a guy's head to toe in PVC, leather, chains, whatever it is, and can't even see his face. He's got the mask on and all that. And he brings him out and ties him to the kind of rafters. And then he says to Zed, which one are we going to do first? I remember the first time I heard that, and I just thought to myself, no, they're not going to, surely. No.
Mate, this is it. It's just the way he picks him and it goes, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and you're like, this is quite sadistic, this. You know what I mean? Because
do you know what's sadistic about it as well? The first time he does it, he obviously doesn't like who he's picked first because it extends it. Do you know what I mean? It's catch a tiger by the toe, and then he starts another wee bit on the end of it. Oh, and you're like, you bet. Oh, fuck.
But it's, the first time I seen this in my innocent, naive mind, I was like, oh, they're going to go in there and they're going to beat them up. They're maybe going to start cutting bits off them and all that. So the next thing, well, Mercedes wins or loses, whatever way you want to look at it.
Bang, it loses, mate. Prize.
He gets dragged into a room and the gimp gets told to watch Butch.
Aye.
So the next thing, the door shuts and
Just
it's
hear,
just...
before too long, you can just hear the noises and the gimp's laughing like fucking. He's like,
because he's got he's got his mouth zip shut in it. Just yeah, boy, yeah.
Shut up.
You're like, oh no, man.
That's when
Again, still, I'm oblivious the first time I seen this.
I was just hoping it wasn't what I thought. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So, long story short, Butch comes out his ties. Because the gimp's got a big mask on, he can't shout. He just knocks the gimp out and hangs him because he's attached to that. So, knocks him out and he hangs himself. And Butch is about to go out the door and escape when he just has the attacker kind of male models just sinks right in, doesn't it?
Aye. He's like, nah. Even if he is an enemy, he's like, I can't leave him to be subjected to this.
No man deserves that.
Aye.
I was going to blow his head off half an hour ago, but that shit's not going down, man. On my watch.
So it's like the first thing, he grabs a claw hammer and he goes, oh, that'll do. And then, sees a baseball bat. And he goes, oh, then the chainsaw. And then that's when he sees this big samurai. And he's like, oh, that's the tool for me.
So this big samurai, and he's away down the stair into mate, and gently opens the door, and that's when you see that bastard's with the moustache's face, like,
Aye.
to get his shot and all that.
That's it. Zed's horsing into her Marcellus.
He's raping Marcellus.
Two of them are mad rapists.
You say it that way. So it's actually quite a shocking scene the first time you see it, but
well, this is what I mean. We were watching this will always stick in my head. My dad stayed in Doncaster at the time.
Right.
And we were doing watching this. So it was me, my dad, and my younger brother, right? And my younger brother went like that. That was he, didn't him? And I was like, this will be fucking good. And there's old Dave like that. Oh, I'll tell you when you're older, son.
I can imagine you turning around and going like, yes, father, do explain to my brother what's happening in this scene.
Yes. Are you for a bit of bumming, sir?
What he's actually doing is about to do a poo, and he didn't want him doing it on the floor, and he pushed it back in. Anyway, we'll skip right over that. Moustache beard, the guy turns around, Butch just slashes him right down the abdomen, doesn't he, man? Then walks past him without even looking at him, and does the stab right in his gut, man. Like pure classic martial arts samurai stuff for the 70s, man.
Aye. Zed's up against the wall, but there's a gun on some sort of table on it, and he's like, you want that gun, don't you? Go, reach for it.
Yeah, boy.
That's it.
Step aside, Butch.
I did the next thing of Marseilles, didn't he? He just blows the cock off him with a shotgun.
It cocks and decocks, aye.
Right in the cocks this there.
Blows the cock off him.
It's not even he deserves. He's a fucking rapist.
Oh, definitely. So Zed's on the ground, writhing about in agony. It's quite funny. The only thing I've seen that guy in was The Mask 2. He was the bad guy, wasn't he? Can't remember his name, but I don't really like him as an actor anyway. I think he was kind of fucking tainted within that role and all. Like I never get a lot of good roles. So Butch, before he goes, says, "Look, I'll be cool. I'm pretty fucking far from okay."
You okay, man? Nah, man. So fucking. I've seen that bit. He goes like that. First of all, I'm going to get a couple of pipe putters done here. I have. It's going to go to town on this guy. Hot pliers and a blowtorch. You hear that? I'm going to go all medieval on your ass.
About to be fucking living his short life in excruciating pain homes over here. Brilliant, man.
That's it. Fucking.
What about us? He says, us, there is no us. 2 rules. Don't mention this to anybody. It's only me, you, and Mr. Rapist here over here that should know about this. It's nobody's business. And 2, you get gone and you stay gone or you be gone. So he's like, I gave him an out, didn't he, man?
That's it.
You done me a solid there, so I'm going to let you keep your own money and just stay out my fucking radar.
Aye, and there's free rapists off the street.
Yes.
But Butch leaves the shop, didn't he? And he takes Zed's chopper.
Chopper.
It's not a motorcycle, it's a chopper.
Detonators. I just like the way you said motorcycle there. It sounded like detonators.
Motorcycle.
Back to the motel, shouts on Fabienne, "Come on, baby, let's go. Gotta make this train." And she's just dawdling about, asking stupid questions. And eventually she comes down, ask her about her breakfast. No, it's never got her blueberry pancakes. And that's the iconic lines. Whose motorcycle is this? Chopper, baby.
Whose chopper is this?
Zed's. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Like, yeah!
That's it, mate. Fucking Zed's dead.
Brilliant. So next scene, we have the Bonnie situation. It's the second bit of what happened in the house at the start when they unload on Marvin, isn't it, mate?
Aye, that's it. It goes back to the scene where they're just after shooting Brett, and they're talking about that was, but there was this other guy. Is it the fourth man?
The fourth man.
The fourth man was hiding in the bathroom, who the both of us thought was Jerry Seinfeld.
How freaky was that last night? Two of us sent the exact same WhatsApp at the exact same time to each other, saying the exact same thing. The only thing was that Seinfeld was spelt differently.
Oh, man.
Well, that was Jerry Seinfeld there. Oh, no way.
Oh, bro.
He comes out with the Magnum. Die, motherfuckers! And unloads it and misses them with every single bullet.
At point blank range. He would have made a good stormtrooper, that boy.
Oh, made an excellent stormtrooper. Just when you see this, when the two of them just realise what's happened, they're looking at each other as if, I've not been hurt. You've been hurt? No, I've not been hurt. And you see the bullet holes perfectly just outlining them in the back of the wall. So they just unloading the fourth guy. And that's when Jules just has a moment of clarity. Fucking miracle, didn't he?
Aye, Vince is talking to Marvin. You couldn't tell us there was a man in the bathroom with a fucking hand cannon? And he's like, I want you to acknowledge something I'm really gonna happen here, Vince.
Just fucking, do you know what divine intervention is? And you just see to go like that. Fucking here we go, man.
Oh, it was a freak accident. It was luck. He's like, I want you to acknowledge this. I want you to acknowledge that this happened.
So that's quite funny. And then they decide, look, we better go here. Let's get Marvin. So they go back in the car and they're still arguing about it. And divine intervention, it's a miracle. So you're saying God came down and stopped those bullets? That's what I'm saying. And so Jules decides there and then, I'm done. I'm out. That was a sign for God. You know what I mean?
That was it. That was my message. It's just he Vince turns in and he's talking to Marv. Marv, what do you think happened there? I mean, just next thing, bang.
Motherfucker, what the hell you doing? Just shot Marvin in the face. What did you do that for? I didn't mean to do it. You must have hit a bump. I didn't hit no motherfucking bump.
Mate, see that? It's just brilliant. Oh, the father man. He's like, oh, what are we going to do? And he's like, we're driving about in a car covered in blood in fucking broad daylight.
Aye. Oh, it's amazing, man. So he says, we've got to get this car off the road. He phones Jimmy, who is played by Quentin Tarantino, our wonderful director. No so good as an actor, right enough, but this is, they get to Jimmy's house, they're covered in blood. Jimmy's made them a coffee, obviously. And Jules just starts his patter with this is some gourmet shit.
This is good.
Gave us anything. Did you hit us this gourmet shit? Shut up, Jules. Okay.
Aye, and he kind of chastises him like, did you see the sign outside my house that says you can store dead bodies here? Obviously, he uses the N-bomb.
Dead body.
Rather a lot.
Did you see the sign that says dead body storage? No. Do you want to know why you didn't see that sign? No. Because storing dead bodies ain't my business, okay? Okay. So he just says to everybody, he says, my wife comes home in about an hour and a half. She comes home. I'm going to get fucking divorced, okay? No marriage counselor, no talking, fucking divorced. Fucking pure loves his wife.
This is the message out there again, said to everybody. People are more scared of their wife coming home, finding out that they've been up to something bad, than getting caught with the fucking police.
Amen. Although I think I could have probably watched that show and says, look, just so you know when you're walking in here the day, hen, a couple of homies are getting a bit of a bind. I think she'd be all right with that. As long as the Wayne's weren't there. But no, you're right, mate. Secrets are not good. So they decide that, fuck, we've got to get something done. Jules phones Marcellus, who looks like he's on a fucking yacht or a balcony in the Caribbean with Mia having breakfast. And he's just telling the severity of the situation. I don't want to hear that shit off you. What I want to hear is, chill out, Jules. Relax. I'm on this motherfucker. So he says it back to him, then he says, and I'll be sending the wolf directly. You're sending the wolf? Happy now, motherfucker.
That's all you had to say.
Well, shit, boss. That's all you got to say.
Oh,
so the wolves. I'm like, I thought it was at a funeral. The wolf, right? Because he's in the bedroom taking the names and the instructions, what's going on, we need your help. And in the living room, just looks like an awake. Then you're like, this is fucking 8:30 in the morning.
Exactly. And it's
so
just,
it must have just been at a soiree. It went on a bit too long.
Oh, mate. And it's just, what is it? It says, the drive's 30 minutes. I'll be there in 10.
Aye, brilliant.
And just the writing, 9 minutes, fucking 59 seconds later.
Aye. The arrives, ding dong. You must
I mean,
be Jimmy.
a
I must
Harvey
be-
Keitel, but is he just know one of the coolest cunts about, man?
He is, mate. He is. See that wee guy, that wee Harvey Keitel. I say that wee guy. He's built like a shit brick underneath that fucking suit, man. So he is.
Aye.
Seen a couple of films in the 70s, man. He's fucking ripped. So he is for a wee guy. But he does. He says, "You must be Jimmy. I'm Mr. Wolf. I solve problems." And he comes in. He says, starts telling him what's going to happen. And Vince is being a fucking douche about it, isn't he, man?
So, well, please would be nice. He's like,
What?
I'm not here to be your fucking friend. I'm here to tell you what to do. It's just that's that line he says to him. He goes, "Pretty please, with sugar on top. Clean the fucking cup."
So they're at fucking cleaning the motor and all that. Obviously, before that, Jimmy's made him a coffee and he says he takes something and goes like that. Ooh. It's gourmet shit. So they're out cleaning the car. And it's a good to be back and forward between Wolf and Jimmy in the bedroom, where he's telling him about he needs all the blankets and the sheets. Jimmy's worried because they're wedding presents. He goes, "Was your uncle fucking whatever, Uncle Ivan and Aunt Dorothy millionaires?" "No, your Uncle Marcellus is." "I'm pretty sure, I'm certain that he wouldn't mind buying you a full bedroom set." They start counting at fucking hundreds, man. It's brilliant.
It cuts back to Vince and Jules in this motor. Jules is in the back. It's like, I fucking can't believe this shit. And Vince is like that. "Jules, I said I'm sorry. I'm a race car. You've got me on red, man. You know how bad it is to have a race car on red, mate." So he's like, "Fuck you."
It's just brilliant, man. Heck, why the fuck am I in here? You should buy a motherfucking brain detail. We're swapping. They've cleaned the motor. They've made a right good job of it. Wolf's happy. He says, "Well, we'll get one thing left. What we've got to do is clean yours two up." So take him out in the garden. Says, "Strip down to your pee-pee," you know what I mean?
Aye.
"Put all your clothes in this bag." He says, "Don't worry, the bag's going with us." And then it says, "Get him the soap." And it's, what did it? "I'm pretty sure you guys have been to juvie. You know the drill. Here we go." Just,
Or is his bits of brain and skull after him, man? Just and then cuts to the next scene. That's when you see them. Well, we did see them in the bar with these stupid t-shirts and that on.
Mhm.
And Jimmy and that are sitting laughing at them. He's like, "Oh, they look like a couple of dorks." And he's like,
what
"Your
you
clothes,
look like,
motherfucker."
You look like, what do I look like, Jimmy? Dorks. You look like a couple of dorks. Yeah, laugh it up, motherfucker. They're your clothes.
But again, next scene, they've drove the motor to Big Joe's Monster Junkyard or something like that.
Aye.
And the car and the body are wee Marvin. They're gone.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
Seen no more. The evidence is away. They're in the clear. They've just got their wee brown bags with their personal belongings in them. And they look like a couple of dorks. So Winston, who's Mr. Will's first name, offers them a lift. The two of them are going totally opposite ways. He goes, "I see something in your future. A cab ride." So he fucking zooms away in his fucking Ferrari or Porsche, I can't remember what it is. And Vince says, "Do you want to have some breakfast for me? I could go some breakfast." And that's when we go full circle and we're at diner, the same diner we started with, and it's the exact same moment, more or less, isn't it? But the two of them are having their breakfast, mate, and they're still discussing the miracle, aren't they?
That's it. Jules is still saying he's retiring. And Vince is having this debate with him. And he's like, "So you've decided to become a bum?" "Oh, no, I'm just going to walk the earth. I'm just going to walk the earth."
No, like Kane on the TV. Just before that, Annoy says to Jules, "Hey, man, you want some bacon?" "Nah, man. Why not? I just don't dig on no swine, that's all." I consider it a filthy animal.
So, would you call a dog a filthy animal?
Wouldn't say motherfucker's filthy, definitely dirty. Dog's got personality, goes a long way. Would you eat a dog?
Oh, mate. It's kind I just sewed up stuff in it. It's just like Jules's whole arc in this. He's now at the other end to become somebody else.
He wants to atone for his for the rest of his life. So Vince decides, I'm going to go take a shit. To be continued. I say that I know sometimes. I'm going to take a shit. I don't know why Americans, it's quite funny, the language. Why are you going? Where are you going to go and take a shit from? You know what I mean? Why are you going to take a shit? Are you going to the shit shop to take a shit? I don't get it. Whereas we go and we have a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's this week's Nod to America.
But when Vince goes to the toilet, this is obviously the Tim Roth and his missus. They've decided to rob the diner, and it's the same diner.
Everybody be cool. And this is a big faux pas in this film because she gets the lines mixed up. Any of you fucking pricks move, and I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you. But this time she says, any of you pricks move, and I'll fucking execute the fucking lot of yous, or something like that. Yeah. So she fucks that up, which is, can just imagine Tarantino getting told about that and going, I fucking leave it in. Know what I mean? Well, you know, fucking monkeys.
So they start going round into it, taking everybody's wallets, putting them in this big rubbish bag, and that's when Tim Roth, well, his character, notices Jules in it.
Yep.
Comes in and takes his wallet and he goes, "What's in the briefcase?" "Nothing. Can't get you the briefcase." "Well, you're going to need to open it." So he just ends up pointing a gun at him and he's forced to open it, isn't he?
He says, "Is that what I think it is?" "Yes, it is." And then he just fucking grabs him, pulls him down and puts a gun to his face. And we pumpkins. Honey Bunny, she's gone mental. So he's got a gun to his face. He's explaining to him, normally both your asses would be grass, man. He says, but I've had some pretty weird shit happen to me today and I don't want to kill you, kind of hang into.
Aye, that's it. He says that verse to him, doesn't he? That Bible verse, and he says, I started saying that to people because I just thought it'd be something cool you say to people before I blow them away, but now I've been thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like that. I am the wrath of evil people,
mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to be the shepherd.
But I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying.
That's how so he's saying to him, I do this for a living. I kill people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you a chance to fuck off.
Vincent! Vincent! Back the fuck up, Vincent! Back the fuck up.
He's like, if you give that man that money, I'm going to shoot them all in principle.
You ain't shooting shit. So he does. He gives him money to his wallet. Asks for his wallet back. He says, you can have everything, walk out of here. We'll all be cool. He says, but I can't give you this briefcase because it's no mine. It doesn't belong to me. So kind of Pumpkin and Honey Bunny decide that it is a good deal and they walk away with their haul, including his $1,500. So I think he made a good score out of that.
So which wallet is yours? The one that says bed, motherfucker.
I've so very nearly bought that over the years, man. It's too dear.
Well, I bought Real Boz of it for a Christmas thing.
Oh?
We all done a Secret Santa. And you get that. Can't mind what I got. Oh, I got the light up Star Wars thing.
Oh, right. See, man, see when he says what we're going to be, we're going to be cool. And he says, we're just going to be three little fansies over here.
What's the fancy like? He's cool. How you doing, baby? I gotta pee. I want to go home.
Okay, we're nearly done.
Obviously, the two robbers leave, don't they? They leave with their money. And Vince says to Jules, I think we better get the fuck out of here.
I think you're right. And they walk out the diner, and that's it. It's finished. And it's 2 hours and nearly 2.5 hours that film was, which I didn't realise again until last night when we kind of watched it in noting fucking mode. So absolutely brilliant. Obviously, there's hundreds of scenes in patter that we didn't touch on because I'm waiting for my kids coming back for the park. So we need to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. Awesome film, man. It'll remain in my top 10, I would imagine, to the day I perish, unless some very good films come out in the next however long I've got left to live.
Oh, I like it when you finish on a high, optimistic note there.
I know.
Sorry, I was just thinking about death there.
I know. Well, score-wise, mate, what you getting at? Score-wise, it's a straight 9 for me. I'm coming right in the
Definitely a 9, man.
bang on 9. It's up there, as I say. I can't remember. I think I gave Batman a 9 too or something to Batman this year. I thought it was fucking brilliant. And Elvis, I know, I was just a wee bit over it, but aye, so good, man. It's one of the films, if I ever happen upon it in the television, it will never be turned off, man.
Aye. That's it. Soundtrack, acting, story, everything. There's even a wee bit of mystique to it because that thing about the briefcase, that's what just people have leaned towards, know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's never actually been that's everything, know what I mean? And it's like it kind of started like the Tarantino verse, if you know what I mean.
Aye,
So it was part of a world.
definitely.
So it was like,
Actually, I like what you told us there about Mr. Blonde. Do you know what I mean? That was groovy. And also, I found out this week a theory about the Marcellus doing a deal with the devil, which I fucking think's brilliant as well. And it all ties in. I mean, there's other shit out there, but nothing substantiated, and you never really see anything coming out of Tarantino's mouth, apart from what I said years ago when he says just in bed. I think it was just deflecting the question. Look, it's anything you want it to be. Just it's your heart's desires in that case. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, which was a good answer actually to shut somebody up. But aye, straight 9, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Glad to have watched it again last night. And next week is my pick. And I've ordered my prop for it as well off Amazon. We're going to be doing next week. We're going to be doing Gladiator.
oh,
Eventually getting round to it. Before we started this, guys, I said that was going to be done pretty quickly because it's one of my all-time favourite films. But we just went off on other tangents and stuff. So, aye, Russell Crowe, 22 years ago, looking the shit. Spaniard. Happy with that?
Definitely, mate. No watched it in a while. It'll be tremendous.
Will be tremendous.
Considering the rumour is that there's a Gladiator 2 coming, but
No. I don't mind remakes and follow-ups to a certain extent, but there's just some that unless it's going to be biblically epic, you just shouldn't fucking mess with it. Maverick kind of changed my mind, obviously, with a follow-up kind of thing, but I don't know how they're going to follow up this, mate, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've just been a money grabber.
Aye, we'll talk about it more next week, but this film just stands the test of time. It really does. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm away to try and make myself something to eat. What you doing for the rest of the day? You going to go and see Nope?
Yeah, possibly. I'll possibly go see it, yes. Break up the day before the soccer ball there.
The soccer ball. Yes, our soccer team are playing football later in a soccer match with some other chaps that play soccer matches. And we would very much like our team to win said soccer match, you know.
Yeah.
We need to fucking win it convincingly. Getting back out there next week.
Right.
But and again, it's only us two know what we're talking about here. So big thanks again, everybody who's liked and commented, followed us on all the socials. We'll get a shout out this week to the boys at Chat Tsunami, who are fellow Scottish movie critiquers. I listened to your podcast yesterday on the Pierce Brosnan era of James Bond, and it was pretty funny, man, pretty good. And I couldn't kind of disagree with them. They said that it was the worst punned James Bond out the whole saga, and he fucking was. I didn't like Pierce at all. The limited actor in my eyes.
Aye. Oh well.
There you go.
Aye. So Gladiator it is for
Gladiator next week.
for 21st.
For the what?
Have
21st. Aye, fuck's sake. Well said, mate.
Have you ordered what I was going to order?
A lesser version. I couldn't afford the.
Aye. I might just need to order that now because you're doing this.
Well, the one I got it's off Amazon. It's under £6.
Well, I'll get this one in and I'll get it to you.
No, that's too fucking expensive, mate. Don't be daft. I'll come up and stay with you. And
I've never where to put it.
I'll come up and when I come up and like have a sleepover and we swap masks and shit. Put your lights out.
Fucking brilliant.
Put my lightsabers on. Oof. Right, anyway, we're talking shite.
Aye.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Later.
Cheerio.
And action!
You disgust me. Grow up.